Hey everyone, here's the next tutorial that we're going to do, and I said I was going to do some art, so here you go, I'll show you some basic art stuff. So when looking at the interface for the Scratch program, there's a couple things that you need to notice, and the first one is this right here, the costumes, sounds, and script tab. Now most of the time you're going to be in scripts because that's where all your editing, for the actual like programming goes. And costumes is where all the visuals come in. So I like to name my costumes because it makes it a little bit easier, especially when you get, if you want to get more visual, then you're gonna have a lot more costumes because you need to edit it. You need to include more to make it look smoother. So I'm gonna name this R for right walk 1 because this is his first walking costume, and then I'm gonna do R walk 2. Now, I have these two costumes, and even though it's not the best, it kind of looks like he walks when you use these two together. Oh, sorry. And so I'm just going to use these. Now, one thing that's really useful is they have an edit. Well, edit is to, if you want to do any visuals to it. And this is all kind of self-explanatory. I'm sure I'll go over it some more, but this is just, yeah. So the thing that I really like though is this copy tool right here, and this just deletes it. But I'm going to go ahead and copy both of these costumes. Now I'm going to name this one L for left walk 1 and L for left walk 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit this, and I'm going to just press this button right here, which flips it horizontally. So now, and I can go back and do that to the other one. Now I have left walking and right walking because obviously the cat will be walking in 2 directions. So now we're going to go back to scripts, and we're going to add some new stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this up here to kind of condense it, keep it a little cleaner. So now when clicked, forever, if, and we're going to go key right is pressed because that's our move right. And we're going to go to looks. Now this is where all your costume, coding is going to be. So now we're going to say, well, when he moves right, I want him to switch to costume, right walk 1. And then, well, what do I want him to do next? I want him to switch to his second costume, his right walk 2. But if you look at this, there's going to be a problem here because if you say if key arrow is pressed, it's going to try to switch to both of these costumes at the same time, and that won't work out. So what we need to do is we need to go back to control, and we need to put a wait timer because we want him to actually look like he's walking. And I like let's unclick this. I like 0.1 seconds because that actually looks generally pretty decent. And then we're going to go ahead and put it under here, and now for as long as right arrow is pressed, this is just going to keep looping. So it's going to keep looking like he's walking right. And then all we have to do is just duplicate this, press left arrow, left walk 1, left walk 2. Now if we just press play, now because of our previous coding, he moves left and right and he has his jump, but now he actually looks like he's walking. And that's because we have the coding that we just did. So now if we do more costumes, we can make it look like a more fluid walking. Let me see if I can import a sprite that I have. But, oh no, I don't have it. But anyway, the thing to know is that the more costumes you have, the better it looks. And I'm going to go ahead and so right now that we have that, we want to do something else because when he stops moving, it looks like he's still walking. He looks like he's in mid-pose when he's just standing there. So we want to do something that makes it look almost natural. So we're going to go ahead and copy the first one, and we're going to go, right stand. And then we're going to go into edit this. Now, this is what's kind of cool is because these pictures, a lot of times, if you aren't the greatest at art, you could just go ahead and, mess with these pictures. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this stamp tool and bring this over here. And I'm going to erase this leg. And then I'm going to select this and, rotate it. Now, one thing about that's not the best with Scratch is when you rotate an object, it tends to get a little pixelated. but there's really not a whole lot you can do other than to go in there and like clean it up yourself. But I mean, it's not too big a problem. And so we're gonna go ahead and, now we got that one. And let's just go ahead and delete all this. I'm gonna copy this leg and bring it back. So now it kind of looks like he's standing. It's not the best. Obviously, you know, if you want it to look better, you're gonna spend more time on the art. But this is just kind of a demonstration. And then we're gonna bring his arm down because nobody stands like that in real life. You know what, this is not that great, but anyway, we have it. So there's our right stand, and then we're gonna go ahead and copy this and left stand. And then we're gonna go ahead and flip this around. And so now we have two costumes that look like he's just standing there. But now we want it to where if I'm not pressing left or right, he just stands there. So now what we're gonna do, and we're gonna go to this if or else statement. So now we're gonna go ahead and click all this, bring this in here. And now we're saying if key right arrow is pressed, switch to costume right walk 2. But if it's not pressed, we want to switch it to right stand. And then we're going to go ahead and delete all this. And we're going to go ahead and just duplicate this. Uh-oh, I accidentally inserted that into a back code. Let's go ahead and get that out of there. What's nice, tool just kind of just show you this little button right up here. Makes your screen smaller so you just have more to work with. Gives you a nice, more working space. And then, so now we just have to change this to left arrow, left walk 2. And now we want this. Now I'm not going to put this to left stand because right now I already know that there's going to be problems. And I'm going to address that in the next, well, I don't know. I'll address that in the next episode. But what we do is we have it to where he walks, and when I'm not pressing anything, he goes to just a standing one. Now in order to make him, when he's moving right, stop facing right, we're gonna have to actually create another variable for that, and I don't want to get into that because I don't want to make this video too long, and I'll show you that in the next one, but that's gonna involve another variable, at least the way I know how to do it. So that's it for this art episode. Join in for the next one, and I'll show you how to fix that problem and do some other cool stuff. All right, see you later.